enough sky. What am I the thorn in your eye? Too much sun and not enough sky. What am I the thorn in your eye? Too much sun and not enough sky. I'm lost again, but I gotta maintain. Too much sun and not enough sky. What am I the thorn in your eye?
Hello everybody and welcome to the race number 16 of Season 2 NASCAR Walmart Cup Series. I am Levi McIntyre, aka Thrash Maniac 99, the voice of NASCAR Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to the Pocono 400 at Pocono Raceway. 20 laps at a huge 2.5 mile track that takes a little while to get around, because while this is a fast track, there's also some heavy parts of the track that are used for a lot of heavy braking as well as shifting, so it takes about a minute to get around this place. But nonetheless, those are some key characteristics of this track. It's fast, 3 turns, but a lot of heavy braking and shifting, so it's going to be tiring on these drivers to be braking a lot as well as shifting a lot. But here's a look at your starting lineup for the race. Well, that is a look at your starting lineup. Austin Weiner on the pole with Trent Dunham second. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys and girls. And Austin Weiner got a pretty good jump on that start, and he's going to clear Trent Dunham. Meanwhile, behind him, they're getting pretty racy back here. 3 wide. A few different 3 wide battles happening. Oh, and Sonny Hammond gets turned. But he's keeping it straight. Although he's going to get forced around to the back. Uh-oh, is he going to come back on track? Oh, he got the wall. And he hits the wall again. But he's keeping it going. But let's see if is there a caution out. No, we're still green. I guess because it was a solo car spin and he moved down to the apron. No caution. And it looks like Austin Weiner is going to lead the first lap here at Pocono. We'll take a look at a replay as to what happened to Sonny Hammond just in case if a caution does come out during this race. But man, I saw Sonny Hammond take 2 hard hits. One into the inside wall, one into the outside. And there he is coming off of turn 3. Getting ready to head to pit road, and it looks like his day is going to be over. Tough break for that 34 team. Man, Sonny Hammond has just had a tough season. And yeah, he is officially out. Meanwhile, let's take a look around the back of the pack to see what else has happened. And it looks like they're racing double wide for the most part, so that's a good sign. And Austin Weiner still leads the way here. Since we're still green, let's take a look at how the top 20 runs at the moment. We've got Austin Weiner in the lead. Second is now going to go to Matt McIntyre. Third is Danny Wells. Fourth, Trent Dunham. Fifth is Henrietta Fitzwater. Sixth is Michael Norman. Seventh is Justin Talampas. Eighth is Dylan Thero. Ninth, Jecko Knight. 10th is Barney Taylor. 11th is Cody Lamas. 12th, Mason Bromer. 13th is points leader Gabe Williams. I believe, did I say 13th? Yeah. 14th is Alex Pedro. 15th is Ryan Anderson Jr. 16th is David Rivera. 17th, Theo Segal. 18th, PJ Williams. 19th is Seth Cole. 20th is Austin Talley. Meanwhile, Austin Weiner has led every single lap, but look who's lurking in behind him, and that is Matt McIntyre. And Danny Wells is coming up here, and Trent Dunham has lost a lot of spots since the start of this race. And we got a battle for the lead side by side between Matt McIntyre and Austin Weiner. And it looks like Matt McIntyre is going to get the edge on that bottom line. While this is happening, Danny Wells is starting to inch closer to this battle. And wow, he just got a big run on the 12 car right there. So now this is a 3-car battle for the lead between the 98, the 12, and the 31. Meanwhile, we are still green flag racing. And only one car is out of the race after that accident with Sonny Hammond, and he is out. Meanwhile, Austin Weiner trying to get the lead back. And he's going to the bottom, and so is Danny Wells. This 3-car battle's gotten interesting between McIntyre, Weiner, and Wells. Meanwhile, Austin Weiner got the lead, but now Danny Wells is about to get underneath of the 12 car to get the lead himself. After this lap, we will be a quarter of the way through this race. And man, oh man. Seeing really, really good racing take place here at Pocono with these cars. And so far, no caution, but we've had a wreck take place, and that was with the 34 of Sonny Hammond, which I don't know what really happened. And meanwhile, we've got a 4th car into this battle for the lead, and that is Barney Taylor in the 13 car. And also, lurking in the shadows right there is Jekko Knight. For now, it's a 2-car battle for the lead between Danny Wells and Matt McIntyre. 3 cars battling for the 3rd spot. Austin Weiner, Barney Taylor, and Jekko Knight. But there are more cars coming in here, because look who's coming in behind. Michael Norman, Gabe Williams, Alex Pedro, and Mason Bromer. And 2 of those cars in that 4-car pack are battling for the championship points lead. And they are Mason Bromer and Gabe Williams, although we'll have to check the points. And we got a wreck. We've got a big wreck. There is Dylan Thero, Ryan Anderson Jr. spun. It looked like Dylan Thero got hit hard by somebody. I couldn't tell who it was. Preston Plourd's running the apron. Oh man, we gotta keep our eyes out back here, because sometimes when they try to slow down, they'll get into each other and a bigger wreck will take place. But that is our first caution involving Dylan Thero, Ryan Anderson Jr. and Preston Plourd, but relatively barely any damage on those cars, so I think they're going to be able to continue. Oh man, look at this. 3 wide with Seth Cole, Cody Lamas, and David Rivera. They're going to keep it together. Wow, look at this big smoke cloud. But meanwhile, Matt McIntyre is your current leader, and we are only just a couple laps away from halfway. And it looks like, for the most part, these cars are going to be able to settle it out to single file. But then again, we need to keep our eyes out back here, because sometimes here at Pocono, there can be incidents taking place on the pace laps. And a couple cars going down to the bottom trying to get some debris off their tires. Oh man, look at this pickle. This is a 3 wide with... Whoa, wait a minute. Are they 4 wide? No, I was going to say, I thought they were 4 wide because I saw Sam Young up there, but... Guys, come on, settle it out, please. Please settle it out. Okay, it looks like they will. But We're going to take a look at a replay as to what brought the caution out for the first time today here at Pocono. But first, we're going to take a look at the incident involving the 34 of Sonny Hammond. Well, here's a look at what happened. It looks like they were trying to go 4 wide here, coming off of turn 1. And it looks like Kyle Matthews came down into Sonny Hammond and then into Eric Burton. And that's what got the 34 sideways and in through the grass. And here I thought he was going to be able to save it. But then he's going to come through, whenever he goes through the grass, he's going to hit, as you can tell, the wall's starting to get closer. And right there, he hits the guardrail. Then he's going to go spinning. And then a hard hit, driver's side, into the outside safer barrier. And that, unfortunately, is what's going to have Sonny Hammond going to be out of the race. So that's a tough break for that 34 car. But now, let's take a look at a replay of what brought the caution out for the first time today here at Pocono. Well, here's a look at this incident. It looks like they were trying to go 4 wide, and Dylan Thero came up in front of Cody Lamas, Ryan Anderson Jr. into Annie Thomas. And Preston Plord, yeah, it was him who got into Dylan Thero and got him spinning. But Preston Plord is able to keep on going. And then Ryan Anderson Jr., let's see, how does he get into this accident? Whoa, I went way back. Watch the 17. He's trying to open up room for the 51 to come in. And the 17 is going to come up into the 15, and then the 51 gets him, and then the 66 gets into the 51. And then right there you saw the 42 get the 17. But Ryan Anderson Jr. relatively got into that incident with no damage, got out of it with no damage. But he lost a lot of track position as a result. But that was a look at what brought the caution out. Let's take you to the restart. Well, after that first caution, still only Sonny Hammond out of the race. But during the pace laps during the caution, pit stops were taking place. Some people pitted a little bit earlier than some pitted a little bit later. So this is going to be interesting strategy in case these cars end up, because these cars pitted on the laps of 9 and 10 and 11, which is what we're on now, and cars are just coming into the fray. But this is going to be interesting to see how pit strategy is going to work, because I'm sure these cars may have to pit one more time, because the fuel window is about 9-10 laps, but it's going to be pretty close. But Jekko Knight is your leader, second is Gabe Williams, third is PJ Williams, fourth is Brody Talley, fifth is Betty Johnson, sixth is Barney Taylor, seventh is Michael Norman, eighth is Annie Thomas, ninth is Trent Dunham, 10th is Eric Burton. Then it's David Rivera, Alex Hawkins, Chase Oliver, Tommy Mooney, Seth Cole, Dylan Young, Parker Wright, Chris Washer, Joshua Collard, and Jessica Sheldon, the top 20. The rest of the cars in the top 30 are Sam Young, Ken Thero, Theo Stegall, Kyle Matthews, Rue McIntyre, Charles Jackson, Dylan Thero, Ryan Anderson Jr., Preston Plord, and the leader last time was Matt McIntyre. He will restart 30th. And then the rest of the cars left in the track are Mason Bromer, Danny Wells, Alex Pedro, Henrietta Fitzwater, Cody Lamas, Justin Talampas, Austin Weiner, Zachary Fitzwater, Austin Talley, Hunter Bell, and Ian Dutta. And we missed a green flag, but here we are. And Jekko Knight is your leader, but now here comes points leader Gabe Williams trying to go to the bottom, and he's trying to get his first win of not only the season, but his career here in the NASCAR Walmart Cup Series. And he's getting a nice push from behind by the 20 of Brody Talley to try to help him get around the 38, but the 38 isn't giving up without a fight. But now the 33 and the 20 are both going to clear the 38 of Jekko. Let's check around the back, and there you see Preston Plord. who's the last car on the field. I think he isn't up to speed. Wait a minute, what is Matt McIntyre doing? He's coming back in the pit road. Oh man, did something happen to the 98? I don't know, we're going to find out. We're going to see what's going to happen with the 98, but he's back in the pit road because I did see him come down pit road going through the caution laps. What's happened to the 98? Did he not get all the fuel in his car? It looked like he didn't get all the fuel in his car and he had to come down and get it all in there. That is going to be costly for that 98 car. Meanwhile, back up at the front, Brody Talley actually got around the lead. Wow, Gabe Williams got shuffled back to around the 5th position from the looks of it. But Brody Talley is your leader. While we're still green, let's take a run through of the top 20. We have Brody Talley the leader. Second is Jekko Knight. Third is Betty Johnson. Fourth is PJ Williams. Fifth is Gabe Williams. Sixth is Trent Dunham. Seventh is Michael Norman. Eighth is Alex Hawkins. Ninth is Barney Taylor. 10th is Seth Cole. 11th is Chase Oliver. 12th is Tommy Mooney. 13th is Chris Washer. 14th is Dylan Young. 15th Eric Burden. 16th Sam Young. 17th Jessica Sheldon. 18th David Rivera. 19th Ken Thero. Rounding out the top 20 is Joshua Collard. Meanwhile, Brody Talley continues to lead the way, and the next time by it will be 5 laps to go. And this race has gone by pretty quick despite a 1 caution. But I do have a strange feeling that the cautions may not be over here in this race, as we see a couple of 3 wide battles. This is going on for the 4th spot. That was 3 wide. Now it's back to double wide. It was with PJ Williams, Gabe Williams, and Trent Dunham. The top 3 have sort of pulled away from the rest of the cars. And Brody Talley still leads the way. There's the 98 of Matt McIntyre, who is on the tail end of the lead lap after he had to make an unscheduled pit stop to get all the fuel into that car, because apparently, from what I think happened, I don't think he got all the fuel in that car and he had to come back down to fill it up. And now he's on the tail end of the lead lap and he's just now getting ready to enter turn 3? Yeah, turn 3, and then everybody else is coming through turn 2 right now. There is Preston Plord, who clearly is not up to speed after he hit the 17 of Dylan Thero in that last caution. There is Ian Dutta in the back. And there is Austin Weiner, who says he scored in 29th. He was the pole sitter, and up at the front, and due to pit strategy, he got shuffled around near the middle to the rear of the field. And he's currently in 28th, going for 27th underneath Andy Thomas. Meanwhile, we are still green flag racing here. And Brody Talley is just still held on to that lead. That 38 of Jekko Knight has not really been able to get to that 20 car. In fact, the margin last time by, it was in between a quarter to half a second, so it's not that big of a lead, but Jekko just hasn't been able to get a good enough run on the 20 car. We're actually going to keep our ticker up here for this time. And Brody Talley actually gained about 0.05 on Jekko Knight. But let's take a look at at the entire field on how they run currently at the moment. Brody Talley is your leader. Second is Jekko Knight. Third is Betty Johnson. Fourth is PJ Williams. Fifth is Barney Taylor. Sixth is Chase Oliver. Seventh is Trent Dunham. Eighth is Sam Young. Ninth is Seth Cole. 10th is Tommy Mooney. 11th is Jessica Shelton. 12th is Gabe Williams. 13th is Ken Thero. 14th is Alex Hawkins. 15th is Henrietta Fitzwater. 16th is Michael Norman. 17th, Chris Washer. 18th, Eric Burden. 19th, David Rivera. 20th, Alex Pedro. 21st is Theo Stegall. 22nd is Alex Pedro. Or no, 22nd is Dylan Young, or at least let's see where he is scored. Looks like he is scored 22nd. 23rd is Joshua Collar. 24th is Charles Jackson. Now 24th is Austin Weiner. 26th is Hunter Bell. 27th is Parker Wright. 28th is Kyle Matthews. 29th, Zachary Fitzwater. 30th is Danny Wells. 31st is Mason Bromer. 32nd is Annie Thomas. 35th, Cody Lamas. 34th, Justin Talampas. 35th, Austin Talley. 36th is Ryan Anderson Jr. 37th, Rue McIntyre. 38th, Ian Dutta. 39th is Preston Plord. 40th, or at least 41st, is Matt McIntyre. 41st is Dylan Thero. Meanwhile, we are on the white flag lap. And Brody Talley still leads, but I notice P.J. Williams is starting to come up. He got around Betty Johnson, and now he's working underneath, trying to go underneath of Jecko Knight for second, but I don't think he's going to have enough time to catch that 20 car. That 20 car has just been strong ever since the restart. As long as Brody Talley doesn't have to come down pit road, it looks like he's going to be able to keep the lead. And he's not coming down, so coming off of turn 3, and the caution flag is out, but that don't matter. Brody Talley is going to win the Pocono 400 at Pocono Raceway. Let's see the cars who are wrecked up ahead. Looks like Barney Taylor got wrecked, and he was running in the top 10 at the time. It looked like he must have got spun out. But congratulations to Brody Talley for getting his first ever NASCAR Walmart Cup Series victory. 16 races, 14 different winners this season. Holy crap. But before we take you to the official results, we need to take a look at a replay to see what happened to the 13 of Barney Taylor. And it looks like Brody Talley ran out of fuel, so they were on a lap to the go on fuel. But let's take a look at the replay. Here's a look at it. It was 3 wide for around the 7th spot between Gabe Williams, Tommy Mooney, Barney Taylor. It looked like Gabe Williams came up into Tommy Mooney and into Barney Taylor and into Jessica Sheldon, and then he comes down in front of Henrietta Fitzwater, and that's what's going to get him spinning. And Ken Thero got a piece of it, as too did Alex Hawkins. And then Barney Taylor just goes around for a spin. And good job for these other drivers around the back. We're able to avoid the 13. So we got away with a solo car spin, but it was on the last lap and it didn't matter because it was on the last lap and they were racing back to the line anyways. But now let's take you to the official results. Well, the race is over. Brody Talley has won this race. Let's take a look at your official results. Brody Talley is going to get his first ever NASCAR Walmart Cup Series victory. Congratulations to that 20 team. Jecko Knight came in second. Great run for that team. He desperately needed to get another good finish like that in order to move up higher into the point standings. P.J. Williams arguably had the fastest car in the last couple laps, but if he would have had another lap or two, he maybe could have caught Brody Talley, but there just wasn't enough time for P.J. Williams to catch the 20 car. But he's going to come away with third. Great run for him. Betty Johnson gets another great finish. She comes away with fourth. And look at Sam Young getting a 5th place finish. Great run for him. Trent Dunham gets yet another good top 10 finish. I'm telling you, that win at the Coca-Cola 600, I believe, was the race that he won. Yeah, it was the Coca-Cola 600. Ever since that race, he has had a fire under his belly like no other. He has been getting good finishes, moving up higher into the points. You got to wonder where he could end up in points after this race, after a couple cars up ahead must not have had that great of finishes. But Trent Dunham comes away with 6th. Chase Oliver, great finish of 7th. He's been stepping it up as of late. Gabe Williams, the points leader, is going to come away with 8th. 9th, Tommy Mooney, great run for him. And Seth Cole rebounds and gets a great top 10 finish. Oh, I hit the wrong button. The rest of the top 20 were Jessica Sheldon, Michael Norman, Alex Pedro, Eric Burton, Theo Stegall, Alex Hawkins, Henrietta Fitzwater, Austin Weiner, Austin Weiner restarted around the back of the field on the restart. He got his car all the way up into the 18th spot. Great job for him, despite not getting the finish he was hoping for. Hunter Bell and then Chris Washer to top 20. The rest of the cars that finished in the top 30 were Dylan Young, David Rivera, Mason Bromer, Charles Jackson, Danny Wells, Zachary Fitzwater, Parker Wright, Cody Lamas, Joshua Collard, and Kyle Matthews. And the rest of the cars that finished in the top 40 was Annie Thomas, Ken Thero, Justin Talampas, Austin Talley, Ryan Anderson Jr., Rue McIntyre, Ian Dutta, Barney Taylor, Preston Plord, Matt McIntyre, and the last car to finish on the lead lap was Dylan Thero, and only one car was out of the race after this whole race, and that was Sonny Hammond. But congratulations to Brody Talley. Our next race is going to be another road course stop. It's going to be the Napa Valley 350 at Sonoma. See you then. Here are your results, rookie points, and overall point standings.